This is an Off the Tongue podcast.
Hey, welcome everybody. I'm Doug.
I am Greg.
And this is Mike.
And this is the It's Funny That Makes It Okay podcast, part of the Off the Tongue podcast network. So go check that out. There's all kinds of podcasts on there. Something for everybody.
That's right.
If you listen to us, you don't like us, check them out. If you listen to us, you like us, check it out.
Because we're not for anybody.
We're for everybody. So we are going to start right off today with some things. I think Mike has something up front. We're going to talk a little bit about music, or try to. I got a little music quiz. We're going to talk about the end of school. And then we have some stupid criminals. So, Mike, take it away.
All right. Well, my social media feeds have been absolutely consumed by a viral debate question. One that I feel like we would talk about here on the show, actually.
Yes. We've kind of touched on similar topics.
So this is about if 100 men could take down one silverback gorilla. And this is like hand-to-hand combat. So
hand-to-hand.
This is primal. We don't get like weapons or anything. I mean, this is
No robots.
You're locked in a cage with not a cage, but an arena with a silverback gorilla. So I have seen, and before we start, I've seen memes, I've seen videos, I've seen AI recreations of the 100 men versus
Of
the
what
gorilla.
it would do.
It's completely taken over my social media stuff, like the last week or week and a half.
That's
or so.
crazy.
I guess I'll wait. I got an article here. I'll do a few things from the article, and then I have some thoughts.
Okay.
So this is a Fox article, but it says the viral question of who would win in a fight versus 100 men and one gorilla has taken social media by storm and sparked several debates over the last few weeks. Some people say that this would be an easy win for the gorilla. Others say it'd be an easy win for mankind because we could be more strategic, or we could throw waves of people at the gorilla
Throw them.
and tire the gorilla out.
Well, that's fine unless you're one of the first wave. Right. I mean, that sounds great unless I'm wave 1 or 2.
They're back there drawing straws. Oh, sorry, you're on the front line.
If I'm the last wave, this is a great idea.
It gives some facts, some key facts is what the article says about gorillas. It says gorillas are up to 10 times stronger than humans. Gorillas have more muscle mass, which I had seen a number that said they have like 400 pounds of muscle mass just in muscle alone. It says gorillas have a powerful bite force that is estimated to be about, it says 1.300 psi. But then it says all it gives for us. This is the only thing that we've got on human side. It says humans can be more strategic than gorillas.
Can be.
We could be. It depends on
The gorilla might be more strategic.
It depends on who the 100 are, I guess, in the group taking
Yeah.
down the gorilla. We could be. We might not be. You don't know. So they go on to say, like, they give both sides basically of why the gorilla would win, maybe how the people could win. And look, I don't care what 100 people we've got. We could go back in time and get 100 Spartans for all I care. No 100 people are taking down a gorilla. Like, I'm just going to throw that out there. Like, in no way remotely is this even close. This is my standpoint. That gorilla, if we've got nothing this is just like the clothes on our backs. We do not stand a chance as a species. 1,000 of us, we might have a chance to take down the gorilla. 100 people aren't cutting it. We're not getting close to it. Because if you did like a lottery draw, like a draft, like if you just get your number called and I've got the gorilla today. No, there's not going to be enough people who are fit enough, strong enough, big enough to even put a dent on the gorilla.
So you don't think our top 100 strong humans could do it?
See, I think because, okay, if you
Now,
grab,
if it's random,
I'll say if you take like I don't know how many Iron Men or what is that, the world's strongest
men, yeah.
If you took all of those guys, I still don't think we win. I don't think, now it could be more interesting. It might make it closer, but no, these guys are good at like moving heavy objects from point A to point B. The gorilla is going to look at one of these guys and be like, challenge accepted. The gorilla is going to move them from point A to point D. It doesn't even matter. The gorilla will take one of those guys and snap them in half. And it won't even be close. It'll be over like that.
Yeah. My only thinking on it is you're not going to do it where the gorilla can get at you one at a time. It would have to be a mass team. All 100 have to pile on him at one time.
Well, see, the problem is all he's got to do is swing like an arm, like just once, and we're all just done. I mean, we're going to have like broken limbs. We're going to have like neck snap. It's not going to be pretty.
I know.
The gorilla, he's only got like, he can charge from like 10 feet and that's it. You're done. He's slammed you and you're over. You're done. You're eliminated. And if he does decide, he's like, I'm going to bite this guy. Yeah, he's going to bite your arm off or whatever. And then he'll play with your limbs for fun afterwards. He'll pick his teeth with them. I mean, it's not even close. And I've seen the strategies like, go for his legs, immobilize him. What are you going to do against a gorilla leg? You're just going to be like a little kid, like your dad's just like walking you around the kitchen. You're not going to be able to drag down a gorilla.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
If you've got one person on each leg, no, that's not going to cut it.
See, I'm going to give a little more credit to the people. I think
no.
I think I wouldn't bet on the people. If I'm betting money, I put my money on the gorilla. But I think if you could somehow come up with a strategy where you could wear him down, not necessarily even attacking him, but just
run.
Well, kind of stay away, try to keep away, because they don't have as much stamina as people. That's one of their weaknesses. I think if you can get around his neck, if you can get some people on it to choke him, you might have it.
Maybe.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy at all, or even probable. But I think, I don't know. You can't go one-on-one. You can't attack. You can't send waves in there. So you can't do that.
Here's the problem too, I think. What's going to happen is you're going to have the macho guys, right? Who are like, I'm going for it. I'm going for the neck.
Well, they're gone.
Well, I think we are too disjointed. And what's going to happen is the gorilla is going to do one move, and then everybody else is going to freak out. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want to touch the gorilla. I don't want to go near the gorilla. The gorilla's going to kill me. I don't buy into the thing that I don't think we can wear him out. I don't even think he's going to like be done. I don't even think that he thought he would do cardio. I just be like a walk in the park for him. I don't think he has to do a whole lot to us.
Well, I'm back to the mass of humanity because I figured out. So you figure each guy roughly weighs 230 pounds.
Sorry.
Say each guy weighs 230 pounds. I'm just picking bigger guys.
Sure.
So they're 230 pounds. We're not putting the 300 pounders or 230 pounds, 100 guys. That's 23,000 pounds of guys. You put 23,000 pounds of something on top of the gorilla, maybe?
But here's the thing.
Suffocate him.
We're not going to be able to effectively do that, though. You know
Fingers up the nose. Anything you can do.
Go Three Stooges.
Poke his eyes out. Well, I think that's you got to resort to whatever warfare you can.
The girl's going to remember you. He's like, hey, that's the guy who put his fingers
in my nose.
I'm saving the worst for that guy.
Well, see, I think you got to gouge his eyes out so he can't see.
Well, you do. You got to do that.
This is brutal. This is not, this is all out war. That's the first thing. Because if he can't see, that's really going to bump your.
Yeah, because then he don't know where to swing.
It's not
true.
easy. But if you can gouge his eyes, you got to gouge his eyes.
So Doug will do that first.
I'm not going in there.
It might be your only chance. Because I look at a guy like me. I'm 5'8" on a good day. I'm not in shape enough. I cannot even get close to the gorilla.
Oh yeah, and I agree with you.
Well, I don't think you're in that bad of shape. I'm not like Greg. I agree with you, Mike. You're in horrible shape.
No, I meant about the gorilla taking swipes and taking out numbers of people. You can't. I don't think that's going to work at all.
If you just lotto picked 100 guys, like you're going to get guys like me who are short and stocky. Then you get guys who are like tall and lanky, and you'll get people in the middle.
Yeah,
but it's like collectively we're not going to.
Yeah,
there's no way
100 regular, just lotto, like you said, lotto picked people. Yeah, not going to happen.
I imagine the future. Like those stupid Purge movies, like instead of the Purge, we're gonna have like the gorilla fight. Like once a year, you get drafted. You get drafted into the gorilla fight. Oh my gosh. The whole thing is just taking over. And I
It's
hear,
crazy to think about, though.
and people are like, oh, okay, guys, here's what we have to do. And then it's like a military plan. It's like, I just think about, and then I see a video of a gorilla at a zoo fighting another gorilla. I'm like, there's no way. There's no chance.
It would not be good.
No.
I think you got a slight chance. Slight. Again, you got to gouge eyes. You got to do stuff like
You got to come up with ways, yeah.
So do you think they would have a better chance with like a tiger?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
a grizzly?
Yeah.
Than a
Oh, well, okay. So tiger, yes.
Grizzly.
A grizzly. Well, you know what? I would say you probably do have a better chance with a grizzly as a gorilla. I think the problem is the gorilla, he's got thumbs. Now, the gorilla is just he's tough. He's got
They're
some force.
solid muscle.
A grizzly bear, I wouldn't want to go up against either one.
I think you had a better shot at a gorilla than you would like at a hippo. Hippos are gigantic, huge, crushing. They kill more people than
That's
I think
true.
all the other animals in Africa combined. And they have super thick skin. I mean, there's no way.
That's true. Probably.
There's nothing you could do with a hippo.
Any of these animals, you got to get the eyes.
See, the
you
problem-
got to get the eyes.
The problem with the gorilla to me is, he's got thumbs, and then two, he probably thinks like us. And that kind of scares me a little
He's
bit.
going to be more thoughtful than a bear or a hippo.
I think I would go after the alligator over the hippo. Because alligators, you can hold an alligator's mouth.
Well, did
They
you
don't
see that
have
guy
any
this
PS
week that in Florida that wrestled like a, I don't know, 12, 14-foot alligator was on the highway?
I did see that.
And he got it. He tackled it. He got it.
They have a tremendous PSI down, but they can't open. That's
Yeah.
why you can hold their mouth shut with two hands.
Yeah, that's their weakness.
So as long as you can get on there and get their mouth shut,
And not be in it.
So,
But yes,
I
I
don't
agree.
know.
The gorilla would be very
I
tough.
give humanity like a 0.1% chance.
So you're saying there is a chance?
I'm not saying,
0.1.
basically for all I've said yes, it's impossible, but I mean, you gotta say maybe under the right circumstances.
Mike has less faith in humanity than Greg and I. Which, that is surprising. I figured I would be super pessimistic about it.
There might be a scenario where it's like Doctor Strange in the Avengers, the Endgame. He's like, you got the one. There might be one out there where we can take down the gorilla, but I don't see it happening.
No.
Again, you can't just match up even 100 guys strength to strength. You can't. It's got to be some kind of strategic.
Yes, it would have to be strategic.
And you're going to lose like most
Oh,
of the
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
You're going to be lucky if maybe a few guys walk
I
out.
want to be
at the
guy
end.
97, 98, or 99 or 100. I don't want to be guy 1. That guy is. See, that's why you need some kind of slow, lethargic, out of shape guys, which I am. That's why I don't want to get into because they're going to sacrifice me. They're going to push me into the gorilla. While they come up with a strategy.
You're just fodder at that point.
I am, and I don't want to do that. I'm like,
I'm going to do like Bugs Bunny and dress like a female.
I don't know if that's any better.
It might help.
I would just end it, please.
Like, well, we've got a little time. Poor Greg. he's just, close your eyes, Greg, and think happy thoughts. Oh,
I'll be
would not
honest.
Be good.
When I put the story on the outline, I did not think it was going in that direction.
I didn't either.
But
I don't
hey,
work for Bugs Bunny.
It did work for Bugs Bunny.
there's the strategy, I guess.
Not good. Not good.
So before we go on, I've got a little
Go
thing
ahead.
too.
Go ahead.
Before we started tonight, my wife and my little granddaughter went to Panda Express for supper. And at the end of supper,
Did they fight him?
What's that?
Did they fight him?
Pandas?
Yeah.
Yes, we won.
No, they're good.
But, at the end of your meal, you get the fortune cookie. And I don't know, we've maybe talked about fortune cookies before, but I've got the 4 fortunes that
nice.
we've got. What is a fortune? What should a fortune be? I mean, what is the purpose of a fortune? What is it?
Well, isn't it about like?
Is it?
It should make you feel better about yourself.
And is it something that your fortune is like something that's
It's like in the
gonna
future.
happen?
Like
in the future.
That's what I always. Would
Yeah.
My life, I get misfortune cookies.
I agree.
I don't have a good fortune. It's like,
Yeah.
you will work until you're 87. Of course I will. This isn't news.
Well, I was reading these and I was like, is this a fortune? I mean, so I got the 4 that we got.
Okay.
And tell me if you think these are fortunes. So my granddaughter got one. It said, you will learn new skills from an old friend soon. For one thing, she's 7, so she didn't have a lot of old friends.
Or they're all old. They're all older
Maybe.
than her.
Yeah.
So
But she's going to learn new skills from an old friend soon.
I
Is that a fortune?
I can see it.
Okay.
I
but is
think.
that a fortune, or is that just saying this is going to happen?
Well,
Was that what a fortune? That's what I wondered. Is that what a fortune is? Or is it like,
I could see this one. I guess I've seen weirder.
so you think that one could fall as a fortune?
I could let that one.
Well,
pass,
let's hear
I
the
think.
other. I want to get
Yeah.
the other ones before I pronounce my
Because
judgment.
definitely a couple of them, I don't think are fortunes. But okay, second one. Your thoughtfulness will make admirers of many.
See, that's not a fortune.
Read that one again.
Your thoughtfulness will make admirers of many.
I don't think that one's a fortune.
So if I'm thoughtful, I'm going to have admirers, or. But
Okay,
how's that?
I
Yeah.
looked up fortune, the definition.
Okay.
It says the chance happening of fortunate or adverse events, luck. Adverse, though, sounds bad, doesn't it?
Well, it could be. So a fortune could be bad.
Oh,
It doesn't mean they're always good.
well, then
That's
I've
those
had a lot of
misfortunes.
fortunes.
That's those
My
misfortunes.
Yes. So is this fortune then? Your thoughtfulness will make admirers of many. Maybe if it's saying down the road, you'll have admirers because you were thoughtful.
See, I don't know. That one just doesn't pass for me.
How is that helping me?
Yeah, I don't know. And then this one, you will be trusted with a beautiful secret. A big, beautiful secret.
Why beautiful?
I don't know. It's a beautiful secret.
Probably the most beautiful of all. The secret, it's
It's
huge.
a very,
It's huge.
it's a very good secret.
Wouldn't say it's big and beautiful, but it is. It's beautiful, big, beautiful secret.
And it's secret.
Probably the most secret of all secrets.
Is it fortune? Is it a fortune? A big, beautiful fortune.
It's more of a fortune than the last one. But
this-
I don't know. I feel like it falls short a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and this last one absolutely is not a fortune.
Well,
Discover.
we'll be the judge of that.
you'll discover.
See, now I'm already leaning to it's a fortune. Go ahead.
Yeah, see if this is a fortune. Discover the strength within yourself. That's more like an order. You know, it's like discover your own strength.
That's
Tell me what to do.
yeah. That's what the 99th guy heard in his head about the gorilla.
Yeah.
It's like
Discover the strength within yourself
He takes
when
off
you go.
running at it. Wham! Nope, so much for him.
but no, that one is
You
absolutely.
should have dressed like a girl gorilla.
You might have been.
That worked much better.
You might have been safe then.
Well, I don't know if you're safe. But
I'm over in the corner.
you may have rather have died. I don't know.
Maybe.
So let's see. So all the fortunes was you're going to learn new stuff from
You're going
old
to learn
friends.
new skills from an old friend soon.
Okay, and then
Your thoughtfulness will make admirers of many.
Okay,
You will be trusted with a beautiful secret.
the beautiful secret.
Or discover the strength within yourself.
Out of all those, to me, the first one seems more
Yes.
of the fortune than any of them.
I
That's what I-
agree.
that's what I
I
would
agree.
say.
I think
And
that.
that is a stretch.
Yes, it is.
I think it's as much of a fortune as it is a chance of the 100 guys beating the gorilla.
It's.
Yeah, could it be? Yes. Is it probable? No. No. Not
So I feel like the fortune writers have gotten lazy. I mean, these are
I
not.
would go demand my money back from Panda Express.
And they didn't even put any lucky numbers on the back or anything.
Oh, no.
no words?
No,
They use-
nothing. It's
What?
blank.
Sheesh.
Blank on the back. What is it's like?
It's
what are
the
these
tariffs.
cut rate?
They're
Maybe it's.
cutting into the fortune cookies. Have to cut those prices somewhere.
Yeah, we can't afford more red ink on the back. So I don't know. I was just reading these thinking I didn't get a lot of, fortune from these except,
No.
going to be trusted with a big, beautiful secret though. Trusted.
Oh my gosh.
So anyways, that's all I got on fortune cookies. I felt a little chinced out, I didn't feel like they were
would
very
too.
good. I want better fortunes.
I would demand satisfaction.
Yeah. I'm going to go to a different Chinese restaurant. If
Would you?
I am at Panda Express, though, so I guess I got to expect what I'm getting.
My wife, that's probably her least favorite restaurant. She does not like Panda Express.
My grandkids really like it. I like it, too.
It's fine.
The orange
I'm
chicken,
fine.
killer.
Well, I think her thing is that to her, everything's a little spicy, and she cannot handle any
Yeah.
spice. Black pepper is too spicy, and that's not even.
And they
joke.
got a lot of black pepper stuff. Black pepper chicken, black pepper steak. So, anyways, that's my little thing on fortune cookies.
All right. Well, I have a quiz, but before we do the quiz, I want to talk a little bit about songs. I was looking at songs. This quiz is about, can you pick the song from the character that they're going to give you? And I got to thinking, do songs still have characters and tell stories? I mean, they did back in the day. The 70s, 80s, they told like stories of I don't know.
An old guy falling in love with a young girl.
Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, not my lover. The kid's not my, so it tells the story from the beginning to the end. Or Anthony's, moving out, Anthony with Billy Joel and
Janie's got a gun.
they had that one. Janie's got a gun.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
No, that was one of the other ones they had. So I got to look at it, and I was trying to come up with some other stories here, or songs, I should say, not stories, but they have the top 50 songs. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm just going to hit some of these here. Now,
I was in a group killed by a gorilla.
yeah, the gorillas.
Yeah.
So one of them, the number 2, one was Bob Dylan, Hurricane. I don't even know. I'm not a Bob Dylan fan.
I'm not a
so-
Dylan fan.
But
And I'm not a lyric guy, so I struggle with
Now,
this
I
one.
do like this song by the Kinks, Come Dancing. It tells a story. I like that song. That's
Is
a
that
good.
the night they burned down the Pally? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The day they tore down the palace. Yeah, my
Oh,
sister stood and cried.
Oh, the day. I thought it was the night. They did it in the daytime, huh?
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's good. I like it. And it said the inspiration behind the Kinks Come Dancing is as tragic as it's personal. In 1957, Rand Davies' older sister died of a heart attack she suffered while out dancing. I had no idea, but it's a good. The song is good. I like that one.
Well, now I'm sad. I don't want to hear
I know.
that song anymore.
Here's one. I can't stand the song. Nobody. It is super sad, but you know this song. Harry Chapin.
Cats in the Cradle.
and the Silvers. Yeah, okay. The kid grows up and he's going to be like his dad and he never comes and sees. That's
Yeah.
awful. But it tells the story of a child, and he grows up and the guy's a horrible father and then he becomes an old man. He wants to have a relationship with his father and his kids like him. Another song that I never really got into, and they play it every Thanksgiving. Arlo Guthrie, Alice's Restaurant. I can't stand the song. I don't know. It's long and boring to me. I don't get it. But it does tell the story of this restaurant and all the goings on in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then they have Tom Petty's Into the Great Wide Open.
Yeah.
That's a good. Tom Petty is a good storyteller. Of course, Johnny Cash had A Boy Named Sue. That's kind of a funny. I like that one. Gordon Lightfoot.
The Wreck of the Edmund
I do
Fitzgerald.
like that song.
I don't like it.
I do like the song, but it's old.
Yeah.
It gets old in a hurry. The Beatles, Rocky Raccoon. Mm-hmm. That's a good song. Simon and Garfunkel, The Boxer. I like that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But then, so like I said, I just wanted to kind of get a little bit of a background. The band, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down.
I like
That's
that
a
one.
good song.
That's a good song.
Actually, I like Joan Baez's version better
It's good.
than the band's. But I was trying to think, and I don't listen to a lot of modern music, but I was trying to see, I looked at the top 40, and I didn't really find any in the top 40 that was like telling a story. I mean, they have songs about themselves and love and all that, but not really like
Yeah,
a
they're
story
kind
where
of-
they have characters and they walk through the beginning of the story to the end of the story and something. A lot of times it's tragic, but not always. I don't know, Mike. Do you know of any songs like that, or I know I kind of sprung it on you here.
Not really, but yeah, I don't listen to a lot of the stuff on there either.
I don't either. So it's not great. But Greg, did you?
Like I said, I'm just not a word person. So when I do hear, so even if I hear that there's a story, I'm probably not hearing it.
All right. Well, let's get into this quiz. I don't know if you guys can bring it up here. So the quiz is name the character in the song. So what they're going to do is they're going to give you some information about this character, and then they give you multiple choice of who the character is. So you got to kind of know. It doesn't tell you what the song is, so you got to kind of know that. And like I said, the way they start this out, every good story needs a memorable character. Some of the best stories are told through songs. Anthony's moving out. Billie Jean wasn't Michael Jackson's lover. Jude can take a sad song and make it better. And look out, Jamie's got a gun.
There it is.
How many more characters do you remember? So we'll answer these and we'll just go right down the list. We'll answer them and we'll give you the answer right away. I'm not going to go through them all. And then
Is it
go
going to
back.
give us the answers?
I believe so. I
Yeah,
did not
it
do
does.
this. Okay.
I did the first one.
Mike's cheating.
Works at a diner,
We need to
dreams
answer
of
it.
running away.
Okay, come on. Let me tap. I got it.
Yep. Go ahead.
Gina.
Gina works at the diner. They're working for her man. She brings home her pay. It's tough
Yeah.
for love. So living on a prayer, Bon Jovi. Okay, these were king and queen at the prom, got married, bought a waterbed. I know that one.
Should we give the options when we say the?
Oh, you know what? That would probably be a good idea, wouldn't it?
So-
'Cause we didn't do that at the first one. I apologize.
On this one, it's Harry and Lisa, Brenda and Eddie, and Jimmy and Jan.
I got my pick in.
I got mine.
I don't know this one. I'm just gonna guess.
I know this one.
I did not know it. And I'm incorrect.
It's Brenda
Same.
and Eddie were the popular steadies. The king
What'd you
and the
pick,
queen
Mike?
of the prom.
I did Jimmy and Jan.
That's what I picked too.
Scenes from an Italian restaurant by Billy Joel. Bottle
Yep.
of red, bottle of white. So it's a good song. Her
I know-
number was
I know
written
the
on the
next one.
wall next to For a Good Time Call. Roxanne, Eileen, or Jenny.
I know this one.
You know this one, Mike?
I did, but I guessed by process of elimination. I guess so, sort of.
The most famous phone number. It used to be. I don't know
Yeah,
if it still is.
I mean,
8675309. Jenny, I got your
Yep.
number.
I didn't realize that that's what that song was, but
Okay. Whew. It's like a cat in the dark, rules her life like a fine skylark. Layla, Rihanna, or Gloria?
I got a
I
guess.
got a guess, but I
Yep,
don't know.
I got it.
I got it too. Rihanna. Oh, I have no voice. Rihanna. So, yeah. Fleetwood Mac,
Yep.
Rihanna.
Yep.
He has a barrow in the marketplace. She's a singer in the band.
I know this one.
Oh, what were the guesses? What was the?
so it's
Oh.
I'm
Desmond and
sorry. I clicked on it and it went
I
away.
did too.
I couldn't.
Desmond and Molly.
Yep.
Dan and Nancy.
Yep.
Zach and Sarah.
Yep. Do you have a guess?
I got it wrong.
Okay.
I said Zach and Sarah.
It's Desmond and Molly.
Desmond and
Yeah,
Molly.
did not know that
Obla
one.
dee, obla da. Life goes on.
Bruh.
All right. Lived in Ohio. Built a blast furnace. Helped with the Civil War.
Oh my goodness. I don't know this
James
one.
and Dan Heaton, Old Dan Tucker, or Jimmy Bly?
I don't know this one. Do you?
I'm going to guess. I have no idea.
I'm wrong.
I am wrong as well. James and Dan Heaton. This is from Youngstown by Bruce Springsteen. So
That's why I don't know it.
Yeah.
I'm not a Springsteen fan.
I don't even know. I can't
It's
picture that
not.
song in my. I
it's
can't
not
hear
ringing a
that
bell.
song, no. All right. Older brother on a plane to Spain waves goodbye.
That's what he's saying. I know this one.
Davy, Dennis, or Daniel? Yeah.
Yeah, I know this one.
Got it?
I missed it.
Daniel.
Daniel, my brother. I didn't know that's what he said
Elton
either.
John.
All right. Flirts with the flamenco dancer. Wishes he were someone funky. Mr. Jones, Mr. Shankly, or Sergeant O'Leary.
Ooh, this is a tough one.
I don't know what this song is.
I got it right. And it's what I thought it was.
I got it wrong.
I missed it as well.
Go ahead, Greg.
Mr. Jones.
By
was it
Counting
And Me?
Crows.
Yeah.
See, I know that song, but I didn't know the words well enough.
All right. Sex fiend hangs out in hotel lobbies, leaves her number on the stairs. Sheila, Diana, or Nikki?
I don't know.
Man, I'm on a cold streak.
Let's see. Come on. Nope, I missed it.
I got this one. I know the song. It's by Prince. Darling Nikki.
Nikki.
Yep. Woke up The next morning, Nikki wasn't there. Yep. Had her name on the stairs. Attacked by intruder. Bloodstains on carpet. Given CPR. Whoa. Susie, Jesse, or Annie? Attacked by intruder. Bloodstains on her carpet. Given CPR. I can't even place a song.
Wow, I got it. Think before you do it.
No, don't say it.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I was like, don't give him the hint.
Oh, you
To
don't want to
place-
give him a hint?
Not to place the song. No. If that was the hint you were going to give.
Attacked by intruder. Bloodstains on her carpet. Given
You know
CPR.
the song's what I'm going to say. You know the song.
Okay. It's like, don't. Because now I'm kicking myself because I wish I had the hint.
Oh, I'm just going to guess one. I got it.
I did too.
Smooth Criminal. That ties in.
Tick-a-dun,
I know.
tick-a-dun-dun.
I didn't know that's what they said, so yeah.
Annie, are you okay?
Annie, are you okay? Okay, Annie. All right.
If I had known that was freaking Smooth Criminal, I would have had that too.
So it doesn't
darn
give
it.
me like a.
Does it give us what we got?
See, I totaled mine up on the side.
I should have done
Oh,
that.
I guess. Well, I've still.
One,
They're still green if you look. So 1.
I got
I got 8 out of 10.
Oh,
or 8 out of.
yikes. I got
Was there 10 or 11?
There's 10.
Okay, so I got
Okay.
8. I missed 2.
I don't want to say my score now.
That doesn't matter.
I got a 3 out of 10. I knew some of the songs.
I got
You'd
7.
be better off wrestling the gorilla.
Yeah.
Yes, dressed as a woman.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I don't want to dress as a woman. If I'm going down against a gorilla,
Dress as
I'm
Nikki.
I'm going to end up like Annie.
CPR
Yes, you will.
on the floor. I got
Yikes.
7.
7. Oh, that was good. That was tough.
That was better than I thought I was going to do, to be honest with you.
Well, I think this kind of proves your point, though, about storytelling, though, Doug.
Yeah.
Because most of these songs were before my time.
Yeah.
I knew about half of them, but
Yeah,
I think
not
one of
well
my
enough.
fortunes said I would do well on a song quiz.
oh,
Yeah, so they had like I said, there were 50 other songs I found on there. There was Skid Row, 18 and Live that talks. I mean, they had a bunch of good songs. Like,
Yep.
I was gonna say this was maybe more in to Mike, but this is how I'm old. I was gonna say Pearl Jam, but that's still before either before
Yeah.
you were little, Jeremy.
I was just saying.
Jeremy.
Yeah. Well,
Hotel California.
Pearl Jam had a couple that you could use.
Yeah, so
Rush has some deep
Yeah.
lyric songs.
Yeah, that's true. Tom
Well, like Red
Sawyer.
Barchetta tells a story of him getting a sports car handed down to him. Red Barchetta. That's a Rush song. You would know it.
Okay. I thought that was like a singer. I'm like, I don't know
No,
who that is.
that's the song by Rush, and it's about him getting a sports car from his great uncle or something, and how he, free on the road and driving. It's a good
All
song.
right, how about this one? How about Two Young Lovers with Nothing Better to Do? Except sit around
John
the
Cougar
house-
Mellencamp?
Except sit around the house, get high, and watch the
Oh.
tube.
That's Tom Petty. No.
Nope. I know the song.
You do know the
Two
song.
Young Lovers.
Here's-
it's
I was thinking about Jack and Diane.
Here's what happened when they decided to cut loose.
it's they're gonna go rob a bank, but who is
Oh, is
it?
it-
Or they've already. It's
Born to Run?
Nope.
No?
Is it the Eagles?
Nope.
Steve Miller Band.
Yes.
Read it again.
Steve Miller Band is right there on
Two
the.
young lovers with nothing better to do than sit
Oh,
around
yeah,
the house,
yeah,
high, and
yeah.
watch the tube.
and watch it.
Yes.
Who is
They
it?
headed down to El Paso.
They
Take
ran
the
into
money and
such
run.
a yes, yeah.
Woo! That's a good story
Gosh darn
song.
it.
Yeah.
That talks about that's a good story song. I like that one. So, all right, that was it. Let's move on to the end of school.
That's infuriating when you know an answer, but your brain
Yes, it
can't
is.
Yes, it
freaking
is.
spit it out. It's like,
I have lost sleep at night before trying to think of something that, and I finally will get it, and it's like,
Sometimes it's a name.
and
Like-
before the internet, it would drive me nuts because you couldn't just look it up. You're like, I don't know,
Yeah.
or an actor or actress's name, or a song title.
I hate it. And I hate to tell you, Mike, it doesn't get any better as you get older.
shoot, I'm in trouble.
All right, so end of school. What I was thinking is, what activities did you look forward to at the end of school? And we can rank them, maybe even do a Mount Rushmore if we get enough. But I had 3 just off the top of my head that I always liked.
Yeah, I got 3 down here right now too.
I'll give one, and then I'll let you guys give one. For us, like and this is more grade school than high school, because high school it's a little. I'm not talking about the fact that I don't have to go to school, because that was the number one. But this was more like activities or things during school that you got to do. So for us, like in our grade school, we would do an all-school picnic. I loved it. It was great. We would go to.
We didn't do that.
We would do Pine Lake's lake, the Pine Lake out there, whatever. It's like a sportsman's club. Kennel Lake.
The golf course.
No, we would do.
Go out and hit a quick 9.
All the people listening, it's like, no.
All these little kindergartners out there. Give me my driver.
No, somebody was a member at Kennel Lake, and so the school would go out there at a lake. You could go out, you could fish, and they would bring sack lunches for everyone.
Would you want to take a class of kids to a lake now?
No. As an adult, there's no way. As a kid, it was fantastic. Took the bus out there, and that was an all day. That was an all day thing. You got up that morning, you went to school, you were there for about an hour, you loaded up, and then you got back around 2 and you went home. It was, I loved it. It was one of my favorite things.
Yeah. Well, my first one probably falls under the same category. I put field trips because I was
just like an end of year field trip.
Well, yeah. Like I was even talking to our granddaughter tonight. They went to Wildlife Prairie Park last week. They're doing the Carius Creamery ice cream place this week. So they're doing these things away from school, so little field trips, local. And we did when I was younger.
Yeah.
I always feel like when I was in grade school, all of our field trips were like, they weren't at the end. They were in the middle.
Yeah. No, I felt like we did.
We never got them at the end, I don't think.
We had them periodically during the year, but I know, like Caden, my grandson, he just went to the Lincoln Museum down in Springfield this week, and we're getting towards the end of the year. So I recall going on a couple of field trips when I was getting towards the end of a school year.
Now in junior high, we would do an end of the year trip, and we would go to Six Flags, and it was great.
Yeah,
we had a charter bus. They take you to Six Flags, just run loose for the whole day, get back about 10 o'clock at night. It's awesome.
Yep, that's fun.
Loved it. That was the second thing I had, was like kind of a field trip at Six Flags. What else, Mike?
The number one that I had was assemblies. And
that was my third one.
The assemblies would like just kill a day
Yeah.
easily. And it would be ones that
we never did assemblies.
You never did assemblies?
No.
Yeah, we did.
You could just check out.
Yeah, that was my number 3.
For a whole day. You could just, whatever. There was one.
And sometimes they were interesting, actually. Sometimes. In high school, we actually had an assembly that was a rock band that came and played for the whole school for an assembly. And then they had a concert that night. It was like at the school. I went. It was in high school. It was like,
see, now I missed out on those, so I didn't get those.
I don't remember the name of the band, but
we had one assembly. It was like a St. Jude fundraiser assembly, a basketball thing. It was like an all day thing.
Okay.
And what I liked about it is all the teachers would just make fools out of themselves. So I did kind of enjoy watching that. But
yeah,
no, just assemblies you could just check out.
Yep. So assemblies
class.
To me, assemblies would. Well, you didn't do assemblies though.
We did not do assemblies.
So we can't, as 3 of us, put that on the Mount Rushmore then, because you didn't do it.
Didn't do it. Another thing I was like this, and this usually we would do like a day or 2 before the very last day of school, is you turned in all your books. You went in, you turned them in. I love that moment because you still had to come to school, but you knew there's nothing. There's nothing we're going to do. We're just going to goof off because I have no books. I'm out. I am completely done with the year.
Yeah.
I just got to come into this school for usually a half a day and just sit around and do nothing. So that was mine.
I had that you would do more like games, like you're done. Like if you finished all your tests and all your homework, now the teacher's got to come up with things for you to like do, and they would come up with different. And it could even be school related games, math games or whatever, but it'd be like races or something like that.
Yeah.
Or they might throw out a craft or something like that. So I don't know what you'd call it, but like,
no, that's good. Because like we would do that, and like the teacher one year they came up with like it was like Jeopardy, but they did it with current events. And so they split the class up into different teams, and you had, it was like a trivia.
Yeah.
And you had to guess it. It was fun.
Yeah.
Killed some time.
They're just trying to not, kill off the last
Yeah.
few days or whatever, and come up with some games. So yeah, but I love the whole feel. You're almost to summer.
better.
You're going to get to be outside every day, but yet, you're hanging out with friends still at school and stuff. I don't know. It was kind of fun.
I don't know if I could give you another specific one. I think you guys kind of covered some of the other ones I was thinking about, like the games thing. I remember in grade school, I think it was a specific grade, but we did like a week-long Olympics thing. Like it was like a Greek Olympics thing.
Well, I remember. So you were Courtney's age roughly, so
Yeah,
they would
just
do
a year
Laugh
behind.
Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was also I forget the grade, 5th grade, maybe. It was like a whole, like, you and your class would split up into the tribes of Greece, and you would do, like, all these little, like, other games of the Olympics. And it was like a whole week.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't do any class at all except that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, like our kids would have the end of the year picnic like you were talking about, and the parents would come. So like
All right, kids, strip naked, time for some Greco-Roman wrestling. It's like, whoa.
Well,
what
actually-
the Greeks did.
Yeah.
Like, well,
here's the gorilla.
I was going to say, thankfully it was only a chimpanzee back then. So it was still tough, but we did it.
It was, what was that monkey's name?
Oh, Derek, or not Derek.
What was it? Shoot.
Garrick?
See?
Garrick.
Garrick. Yes.
Yeah.
Garrick the monkey.
Well, he was boozed up.
a knife and a pint of vodka. Turning loose on the kids. The only other thing I had was early dismissal. Like the last week, you started getting out early.
That's a good one.
Boom. It was like,
That would be up there on the mount.
Oh, because then you'd have abbreviated classes too. I still had to go to class, but they were shortened, and you
I
knew
like
nothing
that.
was getting done.
And if I had to, I don't know how to articulate it though. There was like a palpable feel, like the last week of class. Like the weather would always be nice. You could feel it. Like you could feel summer was like right there.
It would be hot sometimes too.
Yeah.
We didn't have air conditioning when I was a kid. I mean,
We didn't either.
You had a fan. So you had that fan going, the windows open, and it's like, oh, I'm getting tired. Or I'd look out the window. We went to a little country school out in the country, and so
It's a good place for a country
it
school.
is a good place for a country school.
The urban
and I
school
told
in the
my wife,
country.
we just drove by that school, I don't know, last week or a couple weeks ago, and I tell my wife something.
Did they have air conditioning yet?
It's actually abandoned.
Oh, is it?
So yeah, the windows are busted out of it.
Oh.
But across the street was a farm, and now it's a regular farm. But when I was a kid, they had sheep, and so in the spring they get little baby sheep. The little sheep. I would sit there, I would get nothing done because you're sitting there watching the sheep run around and play. You're like, I'm done. I got nothing. I went out of here. So bad. But early dismissal, I loved it. It was so great. I loved
That's
early
a good
dismissal.
one. Did you ever get like any special treats? Like, I feel like, and I can't
sure we
think of a
did,
specific, but I feel like we got like ice cream or something like that at the end of the year.
I
Or
don't
maybe the
remember
teacher
that.
brought in dilly bars from Dairy Queen or something like that.
Dilly bars.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because every once in a while now, I'll go up to the Circle K to get my Polar Pop, and there's two teachers in there buying 34 Polar Pops. And of course, I get behind them. It's like, they're always very nice. So they, go ahead,
No, I don't remember anything like
I
that.
feel like we got some treats, maybe.
They made a again, living out in the country, it wasn't like you just run into the town. So they would pop popcorn and make some Kool-Aid, and you'd have like the watered down Kool-Aid in the Dixie cup and some air
Out of the
pop
big
popcorn.
orange igloo.
It wasn't microwave popcorn back then either because
No.
they didn't have a microwave. It was just the air pop popcorn.
Yep.
It had hardly any butter, but still, I ate it. Like, I don't know. I'm eating it.
It's still
Don't care.
something edible.
You betcha. So that was the last one I had was early dismissal. So again, I don't know if we really have enough to do a Mount Rushmore, or if you want to maybe rank the top three. What would you do as the number 1, 2, and 3?
I think the early dismissal was pretty
I
high.
think
up
that
there.
one-
That's good. Yeah.
For me, would be number
Yeah.
1.
Well, that was definitely up there because you're still going, but you're getting out early.
Yep. And then probably the next one would be like either the all-day picnic / field trip. I think you could put those together.
Put those together because I didn't do it, and I didn't get to do picnics.
we didn't do field trips. So, I mean,
Yeah.
so you could call that a field trip, but it was just because it's an all day. You're done.
Yeah.
Nothing's getting done.
I do remember we had a picnic where your parents could come, but
Yeah.
it was just at lunch.
Yeah,
and it
well, that's what
was
I'm saying.
like-
I went to those with my kids.
Yeah. But that we didn't get the whole shebang at the lake, sort of a thing.
No, it was out on the playground
Yeah.
or whatever.
So we got 1 is early dismissal. 2 would be the field trips. Let's get one more. What's the top 3?
Maybe I'm trying to think of another one you guys said.
Well, I had Six Flags, but again, that's going to be kind of a field trip.
Yeah, maybe the the lack of having schoolwork to do, maybe the games or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you talked about the the Olympic type thing, or,
Like not learning anything.
yeah,
in
not
class,
learning
like-
anything, but still being there and doing fun
It's
stuff,
almost like playing hooky at school.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
Yeah.
I'm here, but I'm not doing
doing
anything.
fun stuff. Yeah,
It wasn't much different than any other day at school for me. But
well, that's true.
But by this point, the teachers had also checked out. So
well,
they're just-
the teachers gave up on you. Like, he's done. He's not learning.
Yeah.
He's just
Matter of fact, I probably did better on my report card the last quarter because
I
it's
might
like because I didn't have to. They can't say I can't apply myself anymore at that point.
he's like a whole new guy. He's like a whole new
Yeah.
student.
All right. Well, if that's all you got, let's go ahead and move into stupid criminals.
dun 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 dun.
I am a stupid criminal. All right.
Annie is not okay, by the way.
No,
she
Annie is not okay.
No, she's not. She's getting CPR.
I didn't know. Yeah, why did they say it's okay, Annie? It's like she got CPR and blood all over the place. It doesn't sound like she's doing very well at all.
No, it doesn't. Poor Annie.
You want to go first, or you want me to do mine first?
I don't care.
Okay,
I can do mine if
Yep.
you want to follow
Sorry,
up.
I was pulling mine up, but I got it here. So,
Okay.
This is just one that just makes you laugh. Just out of the sheer brazen stupidity of it.
It made me
Because
laugh.
It gives you a chuckle.
He's not
So-
from Florida, is he?
You got a pretty good chance.
He's from Florida.
Is he?
Yes.
Is he really?
Yes. So, headline, this is from just a few days ago. Headline I saw was drunk, pantsless man told police his name was Charles Dickens. Oh my gosh. So this is from The Smoking Gun. They go on to say, a tale of two identities.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
This is probably the worst of times for him.
Yeah.
Not good.
Vincent Conroy, 56, was allegedly drunk and walking around a Florida parking lot.
I hope he was drunk.
Allegedly. He was wearing only a t-shirt with no pants. His private parts on public display. Conroy was spotted with 2 wine bottles and a can of beer. That's
Now,
a weird.
in his defense,
it's a weird
in Florida,
combo.
maybe it was hot. Maybe he got really hot.
It does
He's,
get hot.
he decided to go with the swamp as opposed to the upper part, I guess. When confronted by police and asked to identify himself, the suspect provided the name Charles Dickens.
Did he do it in Old English voice? I feel
I-
like he
yeah.
needs to,
I hope he did. It was.
I hope he said something like, "Unhand me, sir.
yes.
I bite my thumb at you.
Good day.
I will.
I said good day."
I will strike you roughly.
It was later discovered his name was Vincent Conroy. In addition to open container and exposure of sexual organ counts, Conroy was charged with providing a false name to law enforcement. So anyway, they let him out after a day in jail.
All right. I got several of these we're going to go through pretty quick. First one I got is a battery with some food. So we always like those. I got a couple of those.
We've had a lot at this point.
So this is
we can
a
open a
nurse
buffet.
battered her wife. So try to stay with me because this is going to get a little
All right.
confusing.
Okay.
With cheesy nachos.
Another food related.
Another
one.
food. Says a nurse has been accused of shoving cheesy nachos down the leggings of her wife during a 3 a.m. domestic battery.
Oh boy!
Florida police allege. Investigators say that the 40-year-old victim was making nachos
At
with
3 in the
nacho
morning.
cheese in the kitchen when her spouse, Allison Swan, 39, told her she shouldn't be eating this late and made a comment about her weight.
Oh,
Of course.
During the
Yikes.
argument that ensued, Swan, who had been playing video games in the living room, so 3 a.m, playing video games, eating nachos.
Well, you need some nachos at 3 a.m. playing your video games.
Walked over to her spouse, grabbed a handful of the cheesy nachos, and shoved them down the back of the victim's leggings. Now, those nachos are they can be sharp.
Oh,
That
you could
not be-
inflict
you could get
a serious
scratch.
cut with those.
When the victim, who was also a registered nurse, subsequently sought to change her clothes, Swan allegedly dragged her to the floor, shoved her fingers into either side of her mouth, and hooked them like a fish.
Oh my gosh.
She continued to batter and grabbing the woman's head, slamming it into the floor multiple times. During the confrontation, the victim told police Swan made several comments that she was the one in charge and that her wife was not behaving. Friend of the victim reported to hear over the phone Swan striking the spouse. Says the police to the couple's home. She claimed her wife had been in a drunken rage and had thrown the plate of nachos and rolled around, covered herself in nacho cheese. However, after examination, the victim's leggings revealed what appeared to be nacho cheese. The interior of the backside of the leggings to confirm the story. So she was arrested, charged with domestic battery, and posted $250 bond. So we have the cheesy nachos. Okay.
What people do with food? What was the one we had? Somebody attacked somebody with pizza?
Oh,
We've had pizza. We've had spaghetti.
Spaghetti? Yeah.
Bro, this party is sick.
I feel spaghetti
It's got like
is
5
the
different nachos.
worst food, the most unlikely food for a bad because it's spaghetti unless
Yeah.
it's not cooked.
Oh,
But if it's cooked spaghetti, it's like
It's a little mushy, a little.
Okay,
Yes.
Here we go. I got 4 quick hits here. The first one, some of these are a little adult related, so I will try to clean them up. So
Because we're not adults here.
I'm not even going to read because they do a double entendre here, so I'm not even going to read the headline to it. Okay, married couple performed a lewd act at a Florida bar. All right.
We're back to Florida.
3 for 3.
A married couple was arrested Sunday evening for allegedly engaging in a lewd behavior at a sidewalk cafe. Ryan Cook, 29, and Kimberly Morey, 27, were at the Where's Jubes bar in downtown St. Petersburg when the disorderly conduct took place. According to the witness, Cook placed his hands up his wife's dress and touched her private parts, which reportedly caused a disturbance. That would do it. That usually will cause a disturbance.
I would think it would.
And a breach of peace.
No breach of peace. Oh, my.
She was charged with allowing her husband to place his hands up her dress and engage in this sexual conduct. So they were arrested and posted $500 bail each. So that was one.
Wow. Leave it to Florida.
Walmart shoplifter 73 claimed the devil made her do it.
Ah,
To be fair, when I walk into Walmart, it does kind of feel like the underworld a little bit. So
73-year-old woman.
she may have a point.
she might.
You feel like you're at the gates of Hades in there, just trying to get out through the self-checkout.
Yes.
73-year-old woman told Florida cops when she was arrested Saturday evening, allegedly shoplifting.
Did you say Florida again?
Yes.
Yes. We are 4
merchandise
for
from a
4.
Walmart. Police say this lady, I cannot pronounce her name, Angela Vasquez Tedorba, I don't know, was stopped by Walmart security when she sought to exit a Tampa area store with $121.85 worth of goods, shampoo, socks, men's shorts, etc. Taborda, cops said, had stashed the items in a plastic bag she brought into the store. So she brought her own bags, at least. She didn't steal the bags.
Well, she's, climate friendly and
Yeah.
stuff. She's bringing her own bags.
According to investigators, she initially denied swiping the merch, but later admitted that she did attempt to leave the store without paying for them. As for the motive for the alleged larceny, cops report she stated that they were told by the devil to buy them for someone else, But she didn't have enough money, so she attempted to just leave with them.
Well, the devil would know she didn't have the money.
Well, and the devil's known for being, big-hearted. And
Yeah.
why don't you give these to
Go and buy something.
You need to do more charity. Okay. Arrest affidavit did not further describe I love it. The arrest affidavit did not describe her further conversations with the devil, who has not been charged in connection with the misdemeanor.
So he just gets off scot-free.
He's the devil.
What,
Yeah.
are you going to try to arrest him?
I love that. The devil has not been charged.
To be fair,
See the
though,
mugshot.
Walmart is like Dante's Inferno. You got to get through 9 layers before you can actually just get out of the store.
All right. 2 more. This one I just want to read. This is one of the ones. So I actually got 3 more, but I just came across this one. This guy, 40 years old, dressed like Ronald McDonald, was arrested for trespassing. I love this one. As he's being, the cops have him up there. He was asked to leave. He wouldn't leave. They came up, put him on the ground, put handcuffs on him. Cops said, "You look like a clown," cop told Christopher Marlowe, 40, after stuffing him into a squad car. "No blank. I am a clown, stupid." I did love that. I like that line.
I like the angry clown.
Yeah, he looks like a real winner.
Was it Florida?
Yeah, most of these are. Let's see here. I got to find this one. Where did that one go? Here it is. Okay. Cop, man 45, committed battery after being denied free refill at kids' lemonade stand.
Oh my gosh. Come on.
Here we go. And since that he was denied a free refill at a lemonade stand run by children, a Florida man aggressively grabbed the female victim, adopted a fighting stance, and warned that he would beat her up. Investigators say Stephen, and I cannot, Cusimano, 45, was walking in a Clearwater neighborhood around 7:30 p.m. Tuesday when he observed a lemonade stand being run by several juveniles and the victim. Cusimano purchased 1 glass of lemonade, then became angry when he was not allowed to refill his cup. He grabbed the victim by the wrist aggressively while standing in a fighting stance, telling the victim he would beat her up. He left the residential area on foot, was quickly apprehended by the officers. During police questioning, Cusimano reportedly admitted to the entire sequence of events, but denied that he grabbed the victim due to her, but claimed he grabbed the victim due to her talking excrement to me. The complaint does not list the age of the victim. Cusimano, who cops described as transient, was charged with felony battery and enhanced count due to Cusimano's extensive rap sheet, which includes multiple prior convictions for battery as well as trespassing, narcotics possession, and it's a laundry list. It does not say that he was drunk. So this is just angry dude wants more lemonade. All right. And
Gotta have your lemonade, man.
The last one is another assault with food. Florida woman, 51, arrested on domestic battery charge with watermelon. Now, this one actually...
That could hurt.
I was like, well, is it sliced or...
Chunks of watermelon.
Says, a Florida woman has been charged with domestic battery for allegedly throwing a watermelon at her boyfriend, who luckily ducked the airborne fruit. During a verbal confrontation Sunday evening, Shelley Hardwick, 51, allegedly picked up a whole watermelon and threw it in the direction of the victim. The 56-year-old man quickly moved out of the way of the incoming watermelon, the weight of which is not disclosed in an arrest affidavit. Hardwick told cops she threw the watermelon only out of frustration, but denied tossing it in her beau's direction. Upon arrival at the residence, a motel in Dundon, a Gulf Coast city, cops noticed there was watermelon seeds on the victim's face and clothing. Hardwick was arrested for domestic battery, a misdemeanor. Spent the night in jail. She was released from custody on her own recognizance. So there we go. So let's do a little...
Well, I got one more for you.
Oh, good.
It's from Pennsylvania, so it's not a Florida person.
All right.
So the headline tells it all. Woman defecates on car during road rage incident.
Oh my gosh.
A Delaware County woman is in custody after she allegedly defecated on another driver's car during a road rage incident that was caught on video.
Do women seem nuttier nowadays than they used to be? Growing up, I don't ever remember hearing about this. Ever.
Yeah. It says the woman is now in custody after she allegedly defecated on another person's car during the incident that was captured on video. Police said a woman later identified as 44-year-old Christina Solomito of Ridley Park defecated on another. They got to repeat this 8 times in the article. We know she did it. Okay.
Allegedly.
Yeah. That started when one driver cut off another. While the other driver did not report the incident to the police, a witness recorded it and posted the video on Instagram. NBC TV has heavily edited the video due to its graphic nature. Police later identified I like the charges. That's what I want to get to. Solomito was later identified as the suspect, taken into custody on Thursday and charged with 1, indecent exposure, 2, disorderly conduct, 3, criminal mischief, 4, harassment, and 5, depositing waste on the highway.
Oh.
I like the formality of that charge.
Yes, depositing
You deposited waste on the highway.
And it wasn't on the highway. It was on the car.
It might have got on the highway.
It probably dripped.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. People say it's been joked a lot. No town wants it to happen. No one wants this town to happen in their town.
I would rather be arrested for demanding a refill on a lemonade and threatening a kid than get arrested for defecating on somebody's hood.
Defecating on a car.
All right, so let's do this. We're going to hold court. We're going to adjudicate one of these people. They're going to let them off.
Oh my goodness!
But the other one is going away forever. So who are we letting off?
Again, before timing. Charles Dickens.
I agree. I agree.
Same thing.
Charles
She
should.
came up with a good line. I like it. I kind of would like to know if he spoke, especially if he spoke in the King's English.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I think we got to let Charles Dickens out.
Yeah. Just the creativity of coming
Let Charles
up with
Dickens
that.
out.
Yeah.
Get him out. And who are we putting away forever? Originally, before Greg's story, I had pretty much leaned to the guy who was threatening the little kid.
Kids.
Yeah.
But now I don't know.
Woman defecating on the car.
That's bad. What is with? Last week we talked about a woman pooped on a plane on the seat.
Yeah, on the seat. Yeah, on the plane would be tough. On the plane itself.
Rabbits got sucked up in there. I don't know. Things happen.
I think it's down to those two.
I agree.
The watermelon and nachos. Come on,
They're both bad.
that happens like every week apparently with all the food.
Yeah.
So,
And the devil made me do it.
The devil made me do it's pretty good.
But who hasn't been at Walmart?
we've all hit that point
Yes.
at Walmart. So
Now, which one was pantsless?
that was
That was
Dickens.
Charles Dickens.
Oh, that was Charles.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then definitely, he's the one that gets off.
So
Well, needless to say. So who are we throwing the book at? Do you have a vote?
I see. The road rage thing is awful, but
it's a
you
kid.
can't threaten the kids.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
think I agree. I
lemonade
think the kid
stand.
one.
That's the one I had circled. Was
Yeah.
the kid, simply because it was a kid.
The road rage pooper is bad, but
Maybe they can go to jail
gosh.
together. She can be a cellmate.
yeah. No, I think the lemonade stand guy.
I think so too. Simply because it was some little kid.
Yeah.
And
Lock him
I like
up.
how he adopts a fighting stance against a little kid.
Yeah. Lock him up and throw away the key.
Yeah, he's got to go. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
No.
Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure to check out all of our social media feeds. Hit the share button. Hit the like button. Give us a good review. Give us a 5-star rating. And we hope you're tuning in 7 days. Until then, see ya.
Later.
Peace.